Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. Tonight is October 26, 2015, 3:28 a.m. in Birmingham, and the topic, two of them, the Cern collider or the Higgs boson collider and DNA splicing. This one, guys, you got to hear it. And I think there was a slip up on this. And I'll tell you quickly why I'm going here. Today, or just hours ago, they did a live operation on a patient that had Parkinson's disease. If you don't know what that is, how they work on it, I never in my life thought that they would show what they did show, but I don't think they meant to show it. Take a bicycle chain. I'm going to try to figure it just the best way I can, and just say it's going to resemble the DNA strand. Take two bicycle chains and hold them up. Twist them. So when you twist them and hold them, then you have a strand. That's a DNA strand. Take any spot in there and remove a link, and then put your coded or your designed link in its place. Just say you take a black one out and you put a green one in. Or you take a black one out over here and you put a red one in. Then you take a black one out a little further up, you put a yellow one in. This is what they're doing behind the scenes that no one knows about. This is what they're doing when they're trying to make these animals. Montauk monster, for example. This is how they're doing it. This is what screwing with the DNA is doing. But they slipped up and showed that chart tonight. I know they didn't mean to. But in any case, you have an idea of how that DNA splicing goes. Just taking a link out of the chain, put their designed link back in it. And they'll promise you 500 years of life, pain-free life, energetic the whole 500 years, and on and on and on. The list of the goods, and there's no downside to it. Well, there is. They didn't tell you about that. The downside is if you take it, you signed your soul to the devil, and it's hell is what it is. So don't ever take it. They'll promise you a lot of stuff, but it never works. And the Cern collider, Tom Horn, just today, said he expects sometime late this week that they may reach the point that they want to reach. And I didn't know they had so many levels to go through in order to get that, the speed, the heat, the magnetic field, everything just worked out perfectly so that when they can do the colliding. And another thing, they said they wanted to see, they mentioned three things. They wanted to see God. They wanted to see the eye of God. Or they wanted to hear God's voice. Why in the world would they be doing something so stupid as that? Okay, that's expected later this week, according to Tom Horn, but it's not, it's not going to bet his life on it. But so you got changing the DNA right there. That's how they're doing it. And what they're doing to that guy on the operating table, and it's live TV, they'll play over and over and over. They'll play several different things to make sure that it reaches everybody so that everyone will be able to see what they're doing. But I want to also say this. They did that in 1997. They talked about it, and they had it in the news. And back then, I had only web TV where you could get on the internet. And but it was not on web TV. It was in the newspaper, and it was on the news talking about a doctor who created through virtual reality. He has a patient. He is in Atlanta, Georgia, for example, and he has a patient in California where he has the right machinery on both ends. But he's doing something simple like a heart valve, clipping, inserting, sewing. He did it through virtual reality. He put his headgear on and he did the work. And he could see the screen, and he could also see the fine details on the side of the screen. There was about 6 or 8 screens. He did the job remotely, guys, like 2,000 miles remotely, and it worked. They're getting better at it, but tonight I do not believe they intended to show that DNA strand where they could take a link out and insert their own. They did 4 examples. For each link, they added a different color, and each color meant something different. Like one color would give you a health, good health, no bad health. So a sickness-free 500 years, or great health for 500 years. Get out and, you just don't get tired. All the advantages, all the things that you would want to and want to have. But that's one of them. Those two, that and Cern, both of them are crossing God's line. Both of them. Cern, if you think you're going to peek in on God to see what he's got for you, got news for you. The veil is there to protect each other from what's behind the veil. God is not behind that veil. If there's veils, he's behind 100 more or 200 or maybe 2 million more. In other words, nothing we can do to see God. Nothing except John 3:16. And I am the way, the truth, and the life in John 14:6. No one comes to the Father but by me, not through Cern, not through the Higgs Collider, only through the Lord. But anyway, that's how they're doing the DNA splicing. They showed that. And I don't know if they'll show it again, but I know the show will continue. So look in on that. And it's very interesting. And I got something else to tell you. I'll do it on another blog, Jody Wolf Expoz.